Hello, welcome to this week's news video. As we come towards the end of this week and our minds are turned towards Sunday, well, the weekend, but certainly to Sunday. Now, this Sunday we'll be starting our summer rhythm. That means no Create in the evening, no French Connect in the afternoon, but we will be gathering together at 9 o'clock in the morning and at 10:30 for our morning services. And this Sunday, we come together to conclude our series, Dare to Be Different, looking at the book of Daniel and the person of Daniel, that great prophet in the Old Testament, who in difficult circumstances in Babylon had the courage of his convictions to stand for what he believed to be true. He dared to be different, and he dared too to confront kings, speak truth to power, and remind them that ultimately the one great authority is God himself, the one king, the one kingdom. So we've been following Daniel through the different weeks and seeing how he has been pushed almost to the extreme and to the limits. Last week we saw how he was thrown into the lion's den, but the Lord provided protection for him. Well, this Sunday, as we come to the end of our series, we're going to be looking at a characteristic of his ministry, which is absolutely central and we really haven't touched on at all yet. We've seen all these different things. We've also seen how he interprets dreams. But central to Daniel's ministry was also the fact that he received visions from God. He was a visionary. He was a man who saw as God sees. Now, in our day, do we not need that? Gone is the time when there were ideologies and ideals or visionaries who led the way. We're a cynical people today because we're in such a cynical and difficult time. But God calls us to see things differently. And as Christians, we're called to see things in the light of Christ. We're called to see things in the light of the kingdom of God. And Daniel reminds us that this is a fundamental area where we are to be different. Salt and light in the world because we have a different perspective. So Daniel saw visions throughout his ministry. In fact, he received visions of God's kingdom. And that was what kept him going. Visions that focused him on the present, but also on the future, and gave promise, looking right forward to Christ and then to Christ's return. We'll be seeing all of that this Sunday. So from chapters 7 right to the end of the book, 7 to 12, the whole of the second half of the book of Daniel focuses on his visions. What does it mean for Daniel to be a visionary? What does it mean for us to be people today of vision, who focus on the visions God gives us, visions of his kingdom, visions of his son, visions of our life. Wow, those are certainly things that we need to look at. So join us this Sunday as we dig into the scriptures and we find out more about Daniel and more about God working in him and God's promises for us today as we follow. See you on Sunday. Bye-bye.